In lane 1, Elise Knispel of Greater Omaha. Lane 2, Alyssa Bauer, Riptide. Lane 3, Sasha Wiener, Empire. In lane 4, Livy Solt, Aquajets. Lane 5, Ambra Rinaldi of Minnetonka. Lane 6, Olivia Van Gilder of Sems. Lane 7, Lilu Thompson, Aquajets. And lane 8, Lottie Smith of Foxjets. And here is Sasha from Empire. 108.1. And now let's meet the swimmers in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Aquajets, Vivian Schott. In lane 2 from Riptide, Alice Gaffke. In lane 3 from Mako, Bella Johnson. In 4 from Riptide, our top qualifier, Marion Culwaite. In lane 5 from Edina, Maren Heitzman. Lane 6 from Minnetonka, Bree Harvey. Lane 7 from Chicago Wolfpack, Isha Sunleitner. And in lane 8, Isha's teammate Camilla Delano. A final. This morning, Marion Culwaite in lane 4 just missed the 18 and under futures cut. The cut time, we're looking for 1:04.69. We could see that. Eyes to the board. There it is, 1:03.62. A futures cut for Marion Culwaite. Next up, the 15 and over 100 fly. The D final. In lane 1, Fia Bossard, Empire. Lane 2, Annika Curran of Madison. Lane 3, Alexia Brockman, Chicago. Lane 4, Easton Glant, Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Madeline Gow of Rochester. Lane 6, Ashlyn Bolyard, Empire. Lane 7, also from Empire, Clara Seaman. And lane 8, Parker Schmieding of Greater Omaha. some terrific times. Madeline, Easton, and Alexia all very close to that zone cut. Now the C final. In lane 1, Sarah Hurley of Aquajets. Lane 2, Claire Wilkie of Aquajets. And lane 3, Bobby Simmons, also of Aquajets. Lane 4, Francesca Sanchez of Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 5, Faith Johnson of the University of Minnesota. Lane 6, Libby McCarthy, Edina. Lane 7, Peyton Hultgren of the South Metro Storm. And lane 8, Margaret Hickey, Chicago Wolfpack. The 29 plus out for Francesca. And there's a 103. All of those 103s all make the 18 and under cut. Now the B final. In lane 1 from Empire, Kinley Baber. Lane 2 from Aquajets, Ava Allingham. In 3 from the University of Minnesota, Peyton Ross. In lane 4, also from Minnesota, Morgan Thomas. In lane 5 from Edina, Lydia Cameron. Lane 6 from Greater Omaha, Meredith Payton. Lane 7 from Madison Aquatic, Bryn Sundell. And in lane 8 from Edina, Maggie Farley. The 19 and over futures cut, 102.39. And what a great field. And now, let's meet the swimmers in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Rochester, Julia Ogren. In lane 2 from Edina, Adlin Biegler. Lane 3 from the University of Minnesota, Claire Reinke. In lane 4 from Empire Swim Club, Lucy Velti. In lane 5 from the Chicago Wolfpack, Isabel Cho. In lane 6 from Edina, Faith Lama. In lane 7 from Minnesota, Ava Yablonsky. And in lane 8 from the Aquajets, Annabelle Wenzel. A final. loaded final here. Everybody under their futures cuts in prelims. Lucy Velti of Empire, Isabel Cho of Chicago looking good in the middle of the pool. And a 60.3, 0048 for Isabella. Lucy takes it with a 0030. Our next event is the boys 13 and over 100 butterfly. B final. In lane 1, Jackson Hayes, Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 2, Reese Jenkins of Madison. Lane 3, Timmy Riolo, Aquajets. Lane 4, Alexander Sklazacek of Sems. Lane 5, Blake Werner, Greater Omaha. Lane 6, Dan March, Aquajets. Lane 7, Kyle Pike, Madison. And lane 8, Stanley Jobs of Minnetonka. Drop to a 103.01.09 for Timmy Riolo. And now let's meet the competitors in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Rochester, Hudson Brennan. In lane 2 from Greater Omaha, Murari Sunam. In lane 3 from Riptide, Micah DeBelts. In lane 4 from Edina, Alvin Yang. Lane 5 from Chicago, Grant Robinson. In lane 6 from Empire, Walker Newell. Lane 7 from Madison Aquatic, Brecken Curran. And in lane 8, Brecken's teammate, Henry Prowl. A final. The 18 and under futures cut 57.99. Grant Robinson out in 27. If he can get back in 30 flat, he'll have it. He's got the stroke rate working. And a terrific second 50 by Micah DeBelts gives him the 13 and 14, or 13 and over. Next up is the men's 15 and over 100 fly C final. In lane 1, Elliot Bartell, Mantas. Lane 2, Alistair Guth, Chicago. Lane 3, Reese Carlson of Minnetonka. Lane 4, Matt Berlita of Omaha. Lane 5, Ben Jobs, Minnetonka. Lane 6, Braxton Helmers, Aquajets. Lane 7, Jackson Heinlein Persault of Chicago. And lane 8, Eli Holmes of Rochester. At the flags, it's Alistair Guth of the Wolfpack, and he glides in at the 58.31. B final. In lane 1, Jamie Solt, Aquajets. Lane 2, William Finicani Tuccio, Minnetonka. Lane 3, Danny Scott of the Wolfpack. Lane 4, Jerry Shua, Aquajets. Lane 5, John Watson of the University of Minnesota. Lane 6, William Radetsky, South Metro Storm. Lane 7, Thompson Parlett of Rochester. And lane 8, Rohan D'Souza Larson, Aquajets. And futures cuts for everybody in there is 18 or younger. And Thompson Parlett with the best of those. And now let's meet the competitors in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from North Suburban, Lucas McGann. In lane 2 from the University of Minnesota, Ian Steffen. In lane 3 from Madison, Maxwell Garbash. In lane 4 from Aquajets, Micah Davis. Lane 5 from Chicago, Biko Hooper Haviland. Lane 6 from the University of Minnesota, Ryan Slonek. In lane 7, his teammate, Connor Groya. And in lane 8 from Greater Omaha, Evan Niemeyer. A final. morning, Micah Davis of Aquajets was under the junior national cut, as was Biko Hooper Haviland. Micah very much in control right now. This is going to be good, folks. 53-49. Congratulations, Micah. Next up is event 47. This is the girls 13 and over, 200 backstroke. The B final. In lane one, Sam Wondrous, the Chicago Wolfpack. In lane two, Emma Demlow of Riptide. Lane three, Megan Greenberg of Edina. Lane four, Nellie Berger, Madison. Lane five, Mackenzie Kaufenberg, Aquajets. Lane six, Madison Carr, Aquajets. Lane seven, Finley Lawrence, Minnetonka. And lane eight, Sophie Fritz of Mako. At the 100, Nellie Berger on the 113 low. Well, we have a new leader at the 150. Mackenzie Kaufenberg of Aquajets coming on strong. And Mackenzie takes 5 seconds off her prelim time. And now, let's meet the competitors in the A final. Swimming in lane one from Great Wolf, Ferris Martin. In lane two from Chicago Wolfpack, Mila Cho. In lane three from Riptide, Marion Colwait. Lane four from Empire Swim Club, Carson Ward. Lane five from Madison, Kelly Burke. Lane six from the Wolfpack, Kennedy Fitzgerald. Lane seven from Empire, Sasha Wiener. And in lane eight from Riptide, Elena Pontrelli. A final. Carson Ward in lane 4 was 4.5 seconds faster than the next closest qualifier. Carson did. He got a futures cut this morning in the prelims at 220.19. The cut, just in case she drags anybody with her, 223.99. There's a nice 219.1. And 222 for Marion. That's a cut. Kelly Burke, there's a cut. Our top three, Carson, Marion, and Kelly, all with futures cuts. Congratulations. Our next event is the women's 15 and over two-back. The D final. In lane 1, Maddie Timpson of Empire. Lane 2, Cora Roseborough, North Star. Lane 3, Shay Murphy of Aquajets. In lane 4, Ivy Solt of Aquajets. Lane 5, another Aquajet, it's Jane Hughes. Lane 6 from the Storm, Sylvie Prasanna. Lane 7 from Edina, Emily Alberts. And in lane 8 from Great Wolf, Kylie Smith. Ivy Solt out in the 110. And Ivy with a nice 222, 9-3. Six and a half seconds off of her prelim time. And swimmers, we are going to stay true to the timeline because we do have swimmers competing in multiple events. C final. In lane one, Emma Hauk of Sims. Lane two, Emma Rudowski of Aquajets. Lane three, Lilia Roberts of Foxjets. Lane four is Finley Glennon of Empire. Lane five, Ashlyn Bolyard, Empire. Lane six, Alara Hedford of Greater Omaha. Lane six is Gracie Mork of Great Wolf. And lane eight, Elise Weingarten from Rochester. Lilia Roberts of Foxjets with a 50 to go. And about a second and a half lead. And there's a nice time for Lilia, 2:23.63. And now the B final. In lane 1, from the Storm, Amelia Labno. Lane 2, from Chicago, Colleen Tracy. Lane 3, from Minnetonka, is Morgan Rather. Lane 4, from Chicago, Lipa Niura. Lane 5, from Aquajets, Bobby Simmons. In 6, from the University of Minnesota, Faith Johnson. Lane 7, from Chicago, Livia Kramer. And in lane 8, from Greater Omaha, Lauren Konowski. And Faith Johnson of the University of Minnesota put together a nice second half here. And Faith 2:20.8. A nice time for Faith. And now, let's meet the competitors in the A final for the 15 and over 200-meter backstroke. Swimming in lane 1 from Minnetonka, Henley Hatsung. In lane 2 for the Chicago Wolfpack, Brianna Mingwang. In lane 3 from Aquajets, Claire Wilkie. In lane 4 is our top qualifier tonight from the University of Minnesota, Elise Jacobs. In lane 5 from Aquajets, Libby Baker. In lane 6 from the University of Minnesota, Ava Yablonsky. Lane 7 from Greater Omaha, Kinsey Joyce. And in lane 8 from Aquajets, Francis Muir. A final. We have had a set of keys turned in. They belong to a Dodge vehicle, and they have a distinctive leather belt loop and a carabiner that says it's not for climbing. So if you're not into climbing with your car keys, we've got them down here. They can be retrieved at the announcer's table in exchange for a $10 Starbucks gift card. And going out hot is Libby Baker of the Aquajets. Terrific first 50, but Elise Jacobs going just as fast. Sometimes you can be a little salty in the first 50, and you pay for it later. At the 150, Elise still ahead. I'm sorry, Libby still ahead, but Elise was faster. It's going to be fun coming home. And Libby, 2:15.58, 14/100ths of a second ahead of Elise. And that is the futures cut for Libby. Faster than her futures cut from this morning. Now we move on to the boys 200-meter backstroke. B final. This is the 13-14-year-old B final. Swimming in lane 1, Luke Mitchell of Aquajets. Lane 2, Hudson Zilke of Hurricanes. Lane 3, Nicholas Trujillo, Minnetonka. Lane 4, Wyatt Malman, Aquajets. Lane 6, Jax Roble of Chicago. Lane 6, Garrett Jensen of Foxjets. Lane 7, Joshua Mayer of Aquajets. Lane 8, Oliver Schueth, Aquajets. Don't forget, we have had a set of keys to a Dodge vehicle. I assuming some sort of a hatchback or SUV, because it has a tailgate button on it. It also has a panic button, so if you're prone to panic, this might be yours. Garrett Jensen of Aquajets with a nice lead at the 150. Garrett looks like he may be having one of those swims that he wished he had done this morning. And a sweet 2:25.8 for Garrett. Nice swim. And now let's meet the competitors in the A final. In lane 1 from Riptide, Shahia Quinn. In lane 2 from Great Wolf, Calvin Smith. In lane 3 from Madison, Brecken Curran. In lane 4 from Rochester, Elliott Leisure. Lane 5 from Edina, Alvin Yang. Lane 6 from Rochester, Landon Lasek. Lane 7 from Madison, Kyle Pike. And in lane 8 from Aquajets, Henry Schultz. A final. Elliott cooking up a good one. 2:08.7. Nice time for Elliott. Our next event is the 15&Over 200 backstroke. C final. In lane 1, Grant Garrison of Rochester. Lane 2, Xiaowen Shua of Aquajets. Lane 3, Andrew Linden, Rochester. Lane 4, his Rochester teammate Thompson Parlett. Lane 5 from Minnetonka, Rowan Irwin. Lane 6 is Aiden Haberman of Sems. Lane 7, Maddox Acevedo, Mako. And lane 8, Blake Moss of the Southeast Metro Sharks. Aiden Haberman with a nice 105 first 100. Three swimmers in the 105s halfway through. Thompson Parlett, his last 50, about a half a second faster than Aiden. And he looks like he's coming on. Could be a good race. And Thompson pulling away. And a 2:13.5 for Thompson. 3+ seconds faster than this morning. Now the B final. In lane 1, from Aquajets, Mark Jacoby Crone. Lane 2 from Aquajets, Adam Camel. Lane 3 from Omaha, Grant Hultgren. In lane 4 from Aquajets, Nathan Carr. In lane 5 from Great Wolf, Kipton Helmrich. In 6 from Empire Swim Club, Nathan Weiner. Lane 7 from Greater Omaha, Nate Finnegan. And in lane 8 from Chicago, Charlie Callie. Nate Finnegan with a pretty salty first 100. If he can hang on to that pace, he's going to have a nice time drop. And Nate hangs on. 2:12.6. Nice drop. And now let's meet the competitors in the A final of the two-back. In lane 1 from Aquajets, Benjamin Pai. In lane 2 from Chicago, Kale Cho. Lane 3 from Greater Omaha, Brian Mendlick. In lane 4 from the University of Minnesota, Jaden Heinlein. In lane 5, his Gopher teammate, Ian Steffen. In lane 6, swimming unattached from Aquajets, Patrick Curran. In lane 7 from Rochester, Tucker Holmes. And in lane 8 from North Stars from Team Wyatt Madsen. A final. Jaden and his teammate Ian leading the pack here. Jaden was out in a 102.1 this morning. 60.7. Ian Steffen out just a little slower than he was this morning. Jaden dialing it up pretty good now. And a 2:06 something. Ian 2:07. Jaden is going to be a 2:06 high. Our Our next event will be the girls 13 and over 200 freestyle. B final. In lane 1 is a Mork of Great Wolf. Lane 2, Elena Pontrelli, Riptide. Lane 3, Lilu Thompson, Aquajets. Lane 4, Livy Solt, Aquajets. Lane 5, Kennedy Fitzgerald of Chicago. Lane 6, Vivian Schott, Aquajets. Lane 7, Bella Johnson of Mako. And in lane 8, Allie Poole of Rochester. Livy about 2 seconds faster than her prelim swim. Her third 50 this morning was 35 and a half. She's faster. If she brings this home, she's going to have a nice time drop. And a 2:13 flat. A better swim all the way around. Almost 2 seconds faster. And now let's meet the swimmers in the A final. In lane 1 from Great Wolf, Kaya Casey. In lane 2 from Riptide, Alice Gaffke. In lane 3 from Edina, Sophie Katz. Lane 4 from Edina, Myron Heitzman. Lane 5 from Riptide, Marion Colwaite. Lane 6 from Minnetonka, Bree Harvey. And lane 7 from Chicago Wolfpack, Mila Cho. And in lane 8 from Aquajets, Isabel Lane. A final. Kaya Casey. Little outside smoke here. Kaya qualified, tied for 6th. This morning she was out in the 105.1. Almost the fastest 150 split, or I should say third 50 split. And Kaya with a nice 2:09.21. 5-second drop from prelims. Marin takes second, under 2:10. Next up, 15&Over, D final. In lane 1, Maggie Farley, Edina. Lane 2, Eliana Auerbach of Foxjets. Lane 3, Kinley Baber, Empire. Lane 4, Meredith Payton of Greater Omaha. Lane 5, Annika Curran of Madison. Lane 6, Mace Masmino of Chicago. Lane 7, Margaret Hickey of Chicago. And lane 8, Gwyneth McLaughlin of Edina. And Kinley pulling away from Annika, but by just a little bit. And Kinley in with a 2:09.1. And now the C final. In lane 1, Gracie Mork of Great Wolf. Lane 2, Piper Hagen of Greater Omaha. Lane 3, Sarah Polinkovic of FMC. Lane 4, Ava Goodnow of the University of Minnesota. Lane 5, Alexia Brockman, Chicago. Lane 6, Madeline Jennen of Riptide. Lane 7, Claire Wood of the Wolfpack. And in lane 8, Claire Reinke of Minnesota. Ava Goodnow out in the 101 low. And Ava hanging in there. Same split as Sarah. But Ava with a half a second lead. We're going to have us a duel coming home here. The B final. In the B final, swimming in lane 1 from the University of Minnesota, Kira Mullins. In lane 2 from Chicago, Mariposa Arroyo. Lane 3 from Aquajets, Claire Wilkie. In lane 4 from Minnesota, Cami Perriott. Lane 5 from Chicago, Isabella Cho. Lane 6, Isabella's teammate Joy Chang. Lane 7 from Minnesota, Morgan Thomas. And lane 8 from Aquajets, Macy Malinsky. Cami Perriott of the Gophers putting together a nice one. And just under a 1 second lead over Isabella from Chicago. And we'll see how they come home. And now let's meet the competitors in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Edina, Lydia Cameron. In lane 2, her teammate Faith Lama. In lane 3, also from Edina, Adlin Biegler. In lane 4, our top qualifier from the University of Minnesota, Katie McCarthy. In lane 5, from Empire Swim Club, Lucy Velti. In lane 6, from Edina, Libby McCarthy. Lane 7, from Chicago, Fegan Kaminsky. And in lane 8, from Madison, Bryn Sundell. A final. Katie McCarthy well under the futures cut for 19 and over this morning in prelims. Everyone else in the heat is 18 and under that cut 207.79. And 5 of the remaining 6 were faster than that this morning. Another fun race here between Katie and Adlin. Katie with her distance background, Adlin, of course, national class sprinter. And looks for all the world like Katie McCarthy in control. And a nice 2:01.16 for Katie McCarthy. Nice swim, Katie. And now, event 50. We'll start out with the boys 13-14. B final. In lane 1, Matthew French of Omaha. Lane 2, Henry Schultz of Aquajets. Lane 3, Reese Jenkins, Madison. Lane 4, Tavian Brown, Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 5, Stanley Jobs, Minnetonka. Lane 6, Jackson Hayes, Chicago. Lane 7, Nicholas Trujillo, Minnetonka. And lane 8, Jonathan Lee, Chicago. And lane lane one, Matthew French going out like he took pace lessons from the Roadrunner. That early pace is dangerous as gas station sushi. And Matthew did the same thing this morning. He was out in a 101.8 and came back about a half an hour later. And a nice second 100 for Reese Jenkins of Madison. And a 2:09.7. And now let's meet the swimmers in the A final. Swimming in lane one from Edina, Max Mosier. In lane two from Riptide, Micah DeBeltz. In lane three from Chicago, Grant Robinson. Lane 4 from Minnetonka, Drew Rell. In lane 5 from Aquajets, Timmy Riolo. Lane 6 from Madison, Brecken Curran. Lane 7 from Rochester, Hudson Brennan. And lane 8 from Riptide, Logan Wolf. A final. The junior national qualifying time, 2:04.99. Drew Rell certainly with a shot at that. And Drew out under a minute. Still half a second faster than he was this morning. He hit cruise control on the third 50 and then came back a little stronger. And Drew with a very nice 2:04.36. And that is a junior national cut. I'm sorry, wrong column. That's the women's cut. Sorry, Drew. Futures cut for sure. And a good swim. Now we move on to the men's 15 and over. C final. In lane 1, William Turk of Aquajets. Lane 2, Matt Brilita, Greater Omaha. Lane 3, Patrick Curran, swimming unattached out of Aquajets. Lane 4, Jackson Heinlein Persault of Chicago. Lane 5, Gabe Lenzen from Riptide. Lane 6, Ashton Bokey of Chicago. Lane 7, Reese Carlson from Minnetonka. And lane 8, Caden Nagel of Edina. Nice 56.4 for Patrick Curran on the way out. And Patrick Curran about a second faster than his prelim swim of 2:00:09. A little challenge over in lane 8. Caden Nagel putting together a nice second 100. Patrick sees him, and Patrick gets to the wall, 1:59.5. Caden Nagel with a nice improvement to 2:00:29. The B final. In lane 1, Josiah March, Aquajets. Lane 2, Danny By, North Suburban. Lane 3, Maxwell Garbach, Madison. Lane 4, Noah Pelinkovic, FMC. Lane 5, Alistair Guth of Chicago. Lane 6, Benjamin Pye, Aquajets. Lane 7, John Watson, University of Minnesota. And lane 8, Charlie Callie of Chicago. And John Watson, full 2 seconds faster than his prelim. And John hanging in there. And Alistair Guth of Chicago pulled up at the 150, and they are bringing it home. And Alistair, 155.5. Nice time drop. And a nice improvement for John Watson as well. And now let's meet the swimmers in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from Aquajets, Jerry Shua. In lane 2 from Minnesota, Luke McCullowick. In lane 3 from Minnesota, Tyler Hansen. In lane 4 from Chicago, Pico Hooper Haviland. In lane 5 from the University of Minnesota, Jaden Edmondson. Lane 6 from Rochester, Kai Joyner. Lane 7 from North Suburban, Lucas McGann. And in lane 8 from the University of Minnesota, Jack Ballard. A final. Coming into the 100, Biko with about a 4-foot lead and a 54.8 on the way out. A little faster than this morning. Biko got his junior national cut this morning. And Biko really bringing it home. 151.89. And Jerry Shua of Aquajets, a terrific 154.83 out of lane 1. Our next event is the girls 13 and over 400 meter IM. Heat 1, the B final. In lane 1, Sophie Fritz of Mako. Lane 2, Haley Brockman of Great Wolf. Lane 3, Lydia Hadukovic, North Star. Lane 4, Alyssa Bauer of Riptide. Lane 5, Eliana Gorski of Edina. Lane 6, Elise Nispel of Greater Omaha. Lane 7, Madison Carr of Aquajets. And lane 8, Ella Kramer of Chicago. I'm going to make one more plea for everybody who drives a Dodge that probably has a hatchback. Check your pockets, check your purse right now. We'd hate to have you get out to your car and discover that you're the one that we've been talking about all this time. I have your keys right here. You can get down to the deck level through the northwest stairway. And Lydia Hadukovic of North Star popping along pretty good, about a 4-second lead over the rest of the gang. And a nice 5:29 for Lydia. And now let's meet the field in the A final, swimming in lane 1 from Riptide, Emma Demlo. In lane 2 from Madison, Charlie Greger. In lane 3 from Riptide, Alice Gaffke. In lane 4 from Madison Aquatic, Kelly Burke. In lane 5 from Empire Swim Club, Carson Ward. In lane 6 from Great Wolf, Kaya Casey. Lane 7 from Riptide, Nora Behrens. And in lane 8 from Aquajets, Lilu Thompson. A final. This would be a good time to remind everybody that with just a couple heats remaining in the finals, we really need you to help us out by picking up the trash on the deck underneath your section of bleachers. So take a minute, everybody, and clean that area up here before you leave. Don't leave anything behind, obviously, but helping us clean underneath the bleachers takes a big, big load off of the Aquatic Center staff, and we would very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for helping us out here. And Kelly Burke. Nice hot butterfly leg. 110, right about where she was, half a second faster than this morning. Kelly was 5:06 this morning. Junior national cut is 5 minutes and 29/100. The futures cut is a 5:07, and she got that time this morning. Kelly really went after it this morning. She's just a shade slower tonight. Kaya Casey over in lane 6. Having a nice swim. Kaya, nice freestyler, should bring this home. And Kelly at 5:07, Kaya at 5:17. Our next event is the 15&Over 400 IM. The B final. In lane 1, Sophie Blixt of Rochester. Lane 2, Chandler Offerman from Riptide. Lane 3, Caroline Mulrooney, Riptide. Lane 4, Peyton Ross is a declared false start. Lane 5, Joy Chang of Chicago. Lane 6, Stella Suchi, Edina. Lane 7, Sarah Hurley, Aquajets. And lane 8, Josefa Moody, Edina. Best butterfly on the board, Chandler Offerman. After the backstroke, Edina Stella Suchi touching just ahead of Caroline Mulrooney. we have Chandler, Caroline, Joy, and Stella all very much in the mix. Best breaststroke belongs to Joy Chang. And Joy Chang with a slight lead after the breaststroke. She's going to get into it here with Caroline Mulrooney. And Joy hanging on to the lead. And there's a nice 5:06. And that is a futures cut for Joy Chang. Futures cut for Stella Succi. And we have two. Congratulations, ladies. And now let's meet the field in the 15 and over 400 IM A final. Here in lane 1 from Chicago, Colleen Tracy. Lane 2 from Chicago, Livia Kramer. In lane 3 from Chippewa Valley YMCA, Gabby Augustine. In lane 4, our top qualifier from the University of Minnesota, Grace Drabot. In lane 5 from Edina, Catherine Pulaski. In lane 6 from North Suburban, Ellie Bina. Lane 7 from Empire, Clara Seaman. And in lane 8 from Greater Omaha, Easton Glant. A final. Grace 106.3 at the 100. About a second and a half faster than this morning. Olivia Kramer of Chicago with a nice backstroke split, pulling up about even with Grace. Grace still with the lead, and Grace is a good breaststroker. '18 and under futures cut is a 5:07.29. We have Livia, Catherine, Ellie, and Clara all under that. And Grace, 3:45.2. Grace looking at about a 4:54. Best freestyle split on the board belongs to Ellie Bina. But a little too much ground to make up. Grace going to have a good one. There it is. 4:53.68 for Grace. 4:57 for Catherine. 4:59 for Gabby. Ellie Bina back in about a 1:07. Terrific freestyle leg for Ellie. Next up is event 52, the 400-yard individual medley. Boys 13-14, we have just the A final. Swimming in lane 2 from Empire, Walker Newell. In lane 3 from Greater Omaha, Mirari Sunam. In lane 4 from Edina, Alvin Yang. Lane 5 from Rochester, Elliot Leisure. And in lane 6 from Great Wolf, Calvin Smith. A final. Calvin Yang looking good. He was a 4:56 this morning. Speaking of 4:56, that is Elliot Leisure's state record in the 11 and 12 boys age group. So it'll be fun to see what Elliot does here a year later. And if it isn't obvious from what's happening in the pool, Elliott also holds all of the 11 and 12 backstroke records. And Elliott comfortably in control here. It's going to be a matter of just figuring out how fast. And a nice 4:49.26 for Elliott. Next up is the 15 and over 400 IM. B final. Lane 1 from Madison's Jack Prowl. In lane 2 from Aquajets is Nathan Carr. Lane 3 from Rochester, Grady Bergfriedi. Lane 4 from FMC Aquatic, Noah Palinkovic. Lane 5 from Rochester, Grant Garrison. In 6 from Aquajets, Jamie Solt. In lane 7 from Aquajets, Shawan Shua. And in lane 8 from Edina, Kai Meta. Nice tight racing here at the halfway point. Rochester's Grady Bergfriedi really getting after it here in the breaststroke. But don't count out Jack Prowl of Madison in lane 1. Both Jack and Grady with a real shot of being in the 440s. It would be a nice improvement over their prelim times. And a nice freestyle leg gives Grady a 446.91. That's a sweet time. And now let's meet the competitors in the A final. Swimming in lane 1 from FMC Aquatic, Gabriel Pelinkovich. Lane 2 from Edina, Josh Heckler. In lane 3 from Chicago, Cale Cho. In lane 4 from the University of Minnesota, Ryan Slonak. In lane 5 from Rochester, Kai Joyner. In lane 6 from the University of Minnesota, Jaden Heinlein. Lane 7 from Edina, Eli Kishish. And in lane 8 from Edina, Alex Alaco. A final. Ryan at 2:12, halfway through. Right about where he was this morning. Breaststroke split just a little faster. And Ryan turning at 3:33. He's a little bit quicker than he was this morning. challenge coming up here from Kale Cho of Chicago. And Ryan finding another gear. And Ryan puts it into overdrive. And a best time, 4:36.05. Alex Alaco with a futures cut. Congratulations. And that concludes our evening session here at the Summer Spectacular. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for prelims of day 4. Please travel safely to wherever you may be resting tonight. And swimmers, if you would, take one last look underneath your bleachers and make sure the deck is clean, or at least as clean as you can make it. And we do appreciate that. So thanks everybody. Again, safe travels and have a good night.